Welcome to Olive Academy, where we master biology with ease. Hello, young biologists. Welcome back to Olive Academy. Today, we'll be learning recognizing living things. So, we'll be looking at what are living things, characteristics of living things, ways in which non-living things can exist, similarities and differences between living and non-living things, relationship between living and non-living things. Hope you have your writing materials as usual. So, what are living things? Living things are things that have life in them, meaning they can carry out some life processes. Okay? They ranges from microscopic organisms to macroscopic organisms. Microscopic organisms are organisms that cannot be seen with your naked eyes, except with the use of microscope. Okay? While macroscopic organisms are organisms that can be seen with your naked eyes. If you look at this picture here, the diagrams here, you can see amoeba. Amoeba is microscopic. Then you have butterfly, cockroach, plant, pig, cow, man. All these are macroscopic. Microscopic can also be called lower organisms, while macroscopics are called higher organisms or complex organisms. Okay? So how do we recognize them? We find out in the next slide. Characteristics of living things. Biologists have features we use to identify if a thing is living or not. And we have a fun way, we have an acronym for them. Mr. NIGER CAHELL. So we are going to break it down and look what it means. M for movement. Movement means change of position. Plants move some of their body parts, while animals move their whole body from one place to another, and this is called locomotion. Locomotion. The number 2 is R for respiration. Respiration means the breakdown of food to release energy, and this happens when we take in oxygen and give out CO2, that's carbon dioxide. Plants take in oxygen through their stomata and lenticels, while lower plants and animals use their body surface to take in oxygen. N for nutrition. It is the process of feeding during which food is taken in by living things. I for irritability. Irritability is the ability of an organism to respond to stimulus. It is also called sensitivity. Sensitivity. Okay? The next one is G. G for growth. Growth is an irreversible increase in size and weight of an organism. Plants grow mainly at their tips, which is called apical growth, apical, while animals grow all over their body surface, which is called diffuse or intercalary. Okay? E for excretion. Excretion is the removal of waste products of metabolism. Okay? R for reproduction. Reproduction is the ability of an organism to give birth to their young ones. Reproduction is the only characteristic of living things that ensures continuity of life. C for competition. It is the struggle of survival among living things. They struggle to survive. They struggle for air, for space, for oxygen. Okay, that is it. Then A for adaptation. It is the ability of living organisms to survive in the environment. Okay, to adapt to an environment. Okay, then you have homeostasis. H for homeostasis. It is the ability of an organism to maintain a constant internal environment despite environmental changes. That is maintenance of constant internal environment in an organism. Okay, then the next one is evolution. Evolution. It is the ability of an organism to what? To change. Evolution is the ability of organisms to change into successive forms in response to changes in an environment. It's a gradual change. L for limited size. It means that every organism have its size limit. Like a dog can never grow like an elephant. Then the last one is lifespan, meaning that living things have a definite period of existence. They grow from, they have these stages from birth, growth, maturity, productivity, age, and death. So living things undergo this lifespan. Make sure you drop your questions at the comment section. Okay? Non-living things. There are things that do not have life in them, meaning they don't have these features of living things we just mentioned. They don't have them. So these non-living things, they can actually exist in three ways. The first one is gas, example, oxygen, hydrogen. Then they can exist as liquids, water, mercury. Then they can also exist as solids, where you have your stone, example, glass, wood. So let's move to similarities between living and non-living things. Both have shape, weight, and size. So these are the similarities. Then for the differences between living and non-living things, I know you can actually outline them. You can say living things undergo reproduction, while non-living things cannot undergo reproduction, so many of them. But there's one I want to emphasize, which is growth. Growth in living things is internal and irreversible, meaning that the food you eat are used to build into the structure of the body, meaning their growth comes from internal, not external. I hope we are following. Okay? So I'm going to ask you a question now, which I expect you to answer and drop in the comment section. Is there interrelationship between living things and non-living things? Is there any relationship between living things and non-living things? So what I've explained so far, I want you to answer me. I want you to tell me the relationship between living things and non-living things. The question is not hard for you. I hope so. It's not hard if you are really following.